back to another speed build. This one I'm actually pretty excited about. It is a villa that we will be speed building. I got my inspiration on this off of Pinterest, so it's not exactly the house, but you know, for the most part it is. I've had to start looking at Pinterest because I've been running out of ideas for houses, so luckily as I look at them I kind of generate my own ideas about what I want to build. But this whole town here is going to be mostly villas. So we have finished Willow Creek and here we are in the very next town. So and we're just kind of building away, trying to get all these lots built so I can finally play in this house, in one of these households at least. One of the other things that I have to start doing is making smaller families. I've been making some pretty large families and I gotta make them a little bit smaller, that way my sim count by the time I'm finished with this isn't out of control. So that includes possibly some single sim households and whatnot. So we'll just kind of see. I have been keeping up with building for the most part 3 or 4 bedrooms. I did build a mansion that for some reason really only had 2 bedrooms just because of the shape and whatnot, and I'll have that speed build up, probably posted. I have a backlog of videos that I have to get up from Willow Creek, so we'll get those posted. That way you guys can kind of see what I did in those. So one thing I am still trying to experiment is those circular roofs. I am still having a lot of problems with those, just getting them to fit right and getting the edges to not show. So if you guys have any tips on that, I would love to hear them. But we did use some circular roofs in this. We ended up using, I think, 3 different segments total. So I'm glad we got to incorporate them into this build because we haven't used them a whole lot. So I usually don't put these open windows that came with the Jungle Adventure pack in, but in this city here it doesn't snow, and I don't think it'll affect the climate inside of the house. We'll find out, but I think we should be okay to use them. Plus it gives it kind of the look that I was going for, so I'm really excited about this build. It turned out really well. There is a lot of open space inside the house. And I didn't use up as much of the lot as I thought I would, which kind of disappoints me. I mean, it's a 50 by 50 lot, and so those are the kind of lots you'll want to make sure you utilize all the space on it because you don't have room on other lots, and there's only like 1 or 2 in every single town. So, but I still think it turned out okay, and I can build upon it, probably build like a pole house or something like that. So and we're getting better with terrain tools. We're working with it, learning how to kind of make it look natural, because that's kind of been a pet peeve of mine, is I can't just lay down sand that looks exactly like this. I have to blend sands and do all this interesting stuff to it. So we have been working on it and getting better and better with it. So on the inside of this house, I didn't completely make it like a villa style inside. I feel like I do that with a lot of houses, and I didn't want to incorporate that into this. Inside of this looks pretty normal and average for, you know, a big luxurious house this size. So I know this is rare to say, but I actually had a little bit of fun doing the roofing on this one. You know, aside from playing with the circular pieces a little bit, trying to get it right, you know, I think the roof actually came out okay. There's that area behind this front circle that I guess I could work on. Aside from that, I think it looks pretty good. We did have some issues with these little areas with the fence right there not registering as a room, which made parts of the roofs harder to do, so I had to kind of eliminate some of the fencing just to get the roof to fit exactly like I wanted it to. But we made it work. I mean, I don't think it took away anything from the house. Besides that, I usually don't make pathways that are only one tile wide. It's just kind of like a decoration piece, I guess. Just something there to make it look a little different. And I stopped doing the creative sim with these. I might start again. I haven't stopped making the family that goes here immediately after. I'm just not sure. I don't know. It's just a piece that I didn't really feel like I needed to film because it's not available for download anywhere, because I have so much custom content in my Create a Sim. I'm sure that there are people who have more. I've seen screenshots of what some people have for just eye color, and it's nuts. And not only that, but I mean, I want to go through and download some more, and I understand why some people are opposed to custom content and downloading it on their computers, especially with the ways that it affects game performance. So I just haven't been including that piece in there. We've also had some videos posted without voiceovers, and the reason for that being is I'm just not sure what to talk about on all of these, especially with posting. I mean, we're trying to do at least one build a day. That way we can get our, you know, we can start playing and get immersed in the characters in this world. So it's made it a little hard to figure out things that I can talk about, aside from just mindlessly rambling. So hope you guys don't mind. There's music that I've been getting through Ben Sound, so I don't have to worry about copyrights or anything like that. So decorating the outside of this, I was going to do some like vines up the side of it, but I just decided to do kind of basically what I saw in the picture, which was some flower pots and whatnot, some warm weather bushes. The front door area is probably one of my favorite types of entrances to a house, where you have an opening that's kind of like a room but outdoor, and just kind of keeps you from having to walk out directly into the weather, even though this town doesn't really have any weather to worry about. I thought it was just a nice piece to this house. We had some issues trying to figure out what to put in this little area. I wish that there was more EA paints like mulch or something like that that would have looked better. I'm gonna go back and put that in after I upload this to the source, because I have some mulch custom content that I can paint on there. I just didn't want to upload this with custom content in it, so it is custom content free, and we'll go back and change a few things after the upload for this. So now we'll move on to the interior, which I kept a lot of the interior kind of close to what I talk about with my browns and tans, but I felt like it fit this house, so it's not a huge deal that it's kind of off what I usually do, or it is what I usually do, even though I've been trying to kind of change up my building style and all that stuff. Ironically, the house in the picture had the same trim on the house as the Sims does, so it worked out pretty perfectly for us in that way. There's a lot of doors out to balconies. There's 2 doors in the front of the house. We're leaving this piece open. I thought about putting like our closed patio door there, but I guess people can just come in and rob us in this house. I just thought it really went with the house and all that stuff, so usually that's one of my pet peeves, is having an open door going to the outside of the house. We had to figure out something to do with the stairs, so we had to move a room around as well, but not a huge deal. It's just the upstairs of this house is so small, there's not a lot to it. It's pretty much just going to be bedrooms upstairs, and for a house this size you would think that the upper floor of the house would have more to it, but it does not. It does have this super large patio though out here, which is going to be nice. We'll put a fireplace in and maybe some chairs and stuff like that. That way we can entertain up there as well. It'll just add a nice touch to it. And for those of you who have roofs that come through like this, through the walls and whatnot, it's because the room you're in is not registering as a room. Ours stopped registering once we added stairs to it. So there's a custom room tool that allows you to redraw over the walls to create a room, and it doesn't get rid of any of your actually, I lied, it does get rid of your wallpaper and stuff like that, but it'll keep your windows and all that stuff. So I know that I've seen a lot of posts on the groups on Facebook about that, so I thought I should bring that up. With all the space in this house, we actually made the dining room a little too small to fit anything in it, so hopefully Sims will be able to get in. If not, we might have to go back through and adjust the size of the room, which isn't that big of a deal because we have a large amount of space to the other side of the dining room, so it's not a big deal at all. These wall pieces from the Jungle Adventures pack, I love them. A lot of times I'll just put them anywhere inside of a house for decoration, but the family that is going to be living here is going to have a local culture skill, so I'm going to make sure to incorporate some of that stuff inside of this house. And then as we move into the smaller lots, we'll probably add a lot more of the color, like the red and the blue that you see with the Jungle Adventure pack, because I think those houses are super beautiful. We are actually going to go through and probably change most of the lots on the vacation lots as well too. I mean, we're already doing the entire world, so we might as well include the vacation spots. So I actually have a lot that I can put, or actually I have 2 or 3 in my library that I'm probably just gonna re-upload to those places. Just to, I don't know, we might rebuild it if we're feeling inspired, but if we're not, I have this like Salvadorian rec center that I built on the museum lot there. So it's this huge rec center, and I kind of made it a hotel style, that way you can sleep there as well. That's one thing I miss, is being able to go somewhere and stay at a hotel and sleep. It's just like this beautiful resort that's there, and I mean, it's probably one of my most favorite builds. So we're not going to do anything special with the bathrooms. They're just going to be pretty simple little bathrooms. And they have the same tiling as the kitchen to kind of drive some consistency in the house. But aside from that, we're not really doing anything extra for the bathrooms. The thing that I've noticed about villa-style houses is they have a lot of room to entertain guests. So we're going to have this little outdoor-indoor area. I'm not sure if weather will affect it because it does recognize this as a room. And I've never really played around with that, with seasons and stuff like that. So, but this is a really just neat place to kind of sit. They can eat, talk. We'll put the grill in there and some heat lamps. So we'll also put a fire alarm out there because my Sims will start fires with anything. This is just a cute little patio area, and it's overlooking kind of the mountains there, and then the pool area as well. The pool area, I think we added too much room, so we went back through and kind of reduced the amount of room we had on the actual patio. I didn't like it very much. So we're kind of just cleaning up the sand that we messed up. This will be completely fenced in to prevent robbers, I guess, from getting into our open door. We do have this like rocked area, which again I think I'm gonna go back through afterwards and put mulch in here because mulch would look a lot better in that area. And put some like bushes that thrive in hot weather. And we have this very large, nice pool here. I think that once we get the family made for this house, we'll go back through and put some items in here for pets, because that's one thing I forgot to do, and I've been wanting to do that and make sure that's in every single build that there is, just because, I mean, I don't like coming over to people's houses, and if they have pets, which, I mean, with the MCC Command Center and all that stuff, they're probably going to adopt pets on their own. But when I come over, they don't have any pet stuff, and their pets end up starving to death, so... Well, they don't die. I haven't seen one die yet, but we don't want that, so... Unfortunately, we had to take away the border from the entrance. I didn't realize that I thought it was just the roof, or the... trim going into the room, but it was not. So this room is going to be like our children's room. This room will be, it's not the master bedroom. The master bedroom's down on the first floor. But it'll be like a teenager's room, maybe a guest room. It does have that like long neck entrance to it though. And we'll go back through and add these closets in because that's something I'm trying to make sure is in every single build that we do. And I mean, they have some funky wallpaper in this one, but I think I actually like it with the style of house. I mean, I don't necessarily like to decorate to each of the children because what if I'm not even playing this family and they end up having kids and having kids that are just, they don't fit the wallpaper. So having rooms like this where it can be really anybody's room, I like to have a few of those. But again, I don't think that the family that I built for this is going to be that large. Just to prevent Sims in my neighborhood, because the more Sims that I have that don't have the maximum amount of kids, they will go through and have 3 kids, so I gotta remember that too. I mean, I guess either way, I'm gonna have a lot of Sims in this neighborhood. I keep moving the Sims in and dealing with some of their skills and getting them careers and joining clubs and all that stuff. And because of the playtime in MCC Command Center, we have Sims moving into lots everywhere that are generated. So we have to go back through and keep deleting those pre-made families that keep showing up in our town. Any lots that I eventually, like if I want to keep them open and eventually move into, I'll need to just keep those lots completely bulldozed. Well, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and please like and subscribe. See you guys later.